as MVNU leads by 7, 65-58, 3.5 to play. Fee with the basketball, double team comes, looks for some help, now finds Peru. Peru on the near side wing, coming around the screen, backs up, looks, gives way to Brandon. Brandon back into the game with 9 points. Brandon right down Main Street, turns, and could not get the shooter's roll, and that's going to be a rebound by Thompson. And Banks, fadeaway jumper, way too strong. Reese with the offensive rebound. And LSU-Shreveport, under 3 minutes to play, has a chance to draw back within 5. And now Thompson, she tries to do it again. This time she misses it. That was a huge miss by Thompson, who has 23 points on the afternoon. And Mount Vernon, 2:39 away from getting their first national tournament win in 11 years. They lead by 7, 65-58. 2.5 to go. Mount Vernon just killing the clock here like they should. Now they give way to Fee on the far side. Now Brandon. Brandon deep far side corner. Now drives Blaine. Her shot is beaten away by Brittany Thompson. Nice job there by Thompson of LSU-Shreveport to bat that one away. So Mount Vernon does have control of the ball, but the problem is they only have 4 seconds to shoot, so it's got to be pretty quick. Peru will inbound to the left of the lane, looking, now finds Gregory. Gregory with 3, with 2, got to get a shot off before the horn. Oh, and Elizabeth Fee connects at the horn. Elizabeth Fee, are you kidding me? What a shot by the senior guard. And then a steal in the backcourt by MVNU, and MVNU leads by 10. 2:06 to go here in the game. Elizabeth Fee, what a shot that was from beyond the arc to beat the shot clock. Elizabeth Fee on the night with 9 to tie Brandon. Peru near side wing, 3 ball, nothing but the bottom of the net. Riley Peru is cooking with gas here in the 4th. Riley Peru with 17 points all in the second half alone. And MVNU goes back up by 13. And then a steal again by Elizabeth Fee on the defensive end. Here comes Mount Vernon on the push out now. And Fee is just going to slow things down a little bit. 1:37 to go in the game. And MVNU well in command of this one, as they are looking to more than likely get their first ever national tournament win under head coach Amanda Short. This would be her first national tournament win. And as famous lines say, in facing the Giants, you gotta believe. And this team believed that they could do it tonight, and they have proved that they can do it. MVNU has conquered their Giants here tonight. And I cannot believe what I'm seeing, as MVNU with almost a blowout over LSU-Shreveport. Fee at the line, connects on that one. Elizabeth Fee now with 10. She is the 3rd Cougar in double figures. Gregory with 18, 16 for Co. And that free throw good by Fee. Fee now with 11. And MVNU goes back up 73-58, 1:12 to go. Thompson, that shot no good, rebounded by Gregory. 1:07 to go here in the game. And Mount Vernon 1 minute away from giving head coach Amanda Short her first ever national tournament victory. MVNU now gives way to Brandon. Brandon with 15 to shoot. And the Cougar bench is fired up down across from us, and for good reason. Brandon with the ball, comes around the screen with 7, with 5. Brandon gives way to Fee. Fee, turnaround jumper too strong, and rebounded by Angel Reese of Shreveport. And now Banks tries to go end-to-end, and she tried to find Thompson. And Thompson, that would have been a huge bucket by the visitors, wouldn't have made a difference. They still would have trailed by 12, and Mount Vernon can just dribble this one out. It's only taken 11 years for Mount Vernon to get back into this position. And with God on their side of all you got to believe to achieve, and Mount Vernon has conquered their Giants tonight. And what a win this is going to be for the MVNU campus community. Now give way to Gregory. Gregory, and her shot no good. And Shreveport back the other way, shot at the buzzer is no good. And that's how this ball game ends. MVNU 73-58 over LSU-Shreveport. They knock off the number 2 seed in the whole entire tournament. And they will advance to play for a champion. They will advance to play number 1 seeded and number 2 seeded overall in the country, Wayland Baptist, for the championship game coming up tomorrow night. What an impressive win by Mount Vernon tonight. And this squad, I tell you what, you got to believe to achieve. And MVNU not only advances to play for an opening round championship against Wayland Baptist coming up tomorrow, but for the 3rd time this season, MVNU has held a team well under their average. 75 points was the average for LSU Shreveport, and and MVNU holds the Pilots to 58 points. That is 19 points below their average. But what an impressive win by Mount Vernon tonight. We're going to go through the final stats. First, for LSU Shreveport, we start with Deaja Thompson leading the way with 23 points, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, 6 rebounds. Angel Reese with 14 points off 5 of 9 shooting, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, 1 of 4 at the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 1 assist. Brittany Thompson, 6 points off 2 of 3 shooting, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Kiara Collins, 3 points, and all of that was at the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Futra Banks, 9 points, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And Taylor Jacob, 3 points off 1 of 4 shooting, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. For the game, LSU Shreveport shot 36% from the field, but a blistering 64% from beyond the arc and 59% from the free throw line. Compare that to Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon shot 47% from the field, and that was the difference maker in tonight's game. Mount Vernon playing way better in the paint, 47% for Mount Vernon compared to just 36% for LSU Shreveport. But in terms of a three-point shooting, Mount Vernon shot 50% from three-point range compared to 64% by LSU Shreveport. But Mount Vernon, something else that kept Mount Vernon in this game was at the free throw line. They shot 76% from the free throw line, just 59% from the free throw line for LSU Shreveport. But the turnovers did rack up. Now, Mount Vernon, I said at halftime, had 11 turnovers. They only committed 5 turnovers the whole entire second half, so they did a lot better turning the ball over in the second half. And LSU Shreveport had 4 turnovers in the first half. They had 11 of their own in the second half. And for LSU Shreveport, they end their season 16-2. They suffer their first ever home loss this season, as they did have 13 points off of Mount Vernon's 16 turnovers. Mount Vernon, 16 points off of Shreveport's 15 turnovers. In terms of rebounds, Mount Vernon out-rebounded LSU Shreveport 36-31, 28-25 defensively, 8-6 offensively. They won in second chance points 11-3. Bench points 9-6. Points in the paint, they outscored LSU Shreveport 30-18. 2 blocks for LSU Shreveport, just 1 for Mount Vernon. 12 steals for LSU Shreveport. LSU Shreveport only had 3 steals the second half. Mount Vernon had 6 steals the second half. Mount Vernon, in terms of assists, 19 for Mount Vernon and 13 for LSU Shreveport, as I have lost my voice a little bit, but for good reason. And going over the final scores for Mount Vernon, Maria Dobson, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Sage Brannon, 9 points off 4 of 5 shooting, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Rachel Perry had 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And I tell you what, Riley Peru, what an impressive performance by that young lady in the second half. 17 points off of 5 of 7 shooting, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. She only missed 1 3-pointer the whole entire game. 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had 1 rebound. Elizabeth Fee came up huge as well. 11 points on the afternoon for Elizabeth Fee. And Elizabeth Fee, as I said, 11 points on the afternoon. And she came up big, especially late in that second half. As we said, Taylor Gregory leading the way with 18 points for Mount Vernon. 17 points for Riley Peru. All of that was in the second half alone. 11 points for Elizabeth Fee. 9 points for Sage Brannon. And 2 points early on for Maggie Koblenz. And that is how this game will end. And as I said earlier, what a historic win for Mount Vernon as they give head coach Amanda Short her first ever national tournament victory, and MVNU will advance, and they will play for an opening round championship against number 1 seeded Wayland Baptist coming up tomorrow at 5:30 Central Time. That will be 6:30 Eastern Time. And the winner of that game will advance to the Sweet 16 and will go to Sioux City, Iowa, coming up next Thursday. So the Lady Cougars, 1 down, and I think 4 to go. I think 1 down, 4 to go before the national title game. And like I said, what an impressive win by Mount Vernon tonight, as they just played so well, and they remain undefeated when leading at halftime. However, it was not easy, as they struggled. Let me get a drink of water. As Mount Vernon did struggle a little bit in that second half, but they were able to close it out and get a much-needed victory for MVNU. And, of course, they, as the 3 seed, knock off LSU-Shreveport. And I tell you what, when this team gets back to Mount Vernon, it's going to be amazing. Coming up in just a second, I will once again share my thoughts on the game and give some special shout-outs as well, so you don't want to miss that. So stay tuned.